I am live. Good afternoon, everyone. How are you all doing? This is Fina Chichi KG from the Parenting Teens Solution community. And today, what I wanted to share with you is just giving you a few tips on how to talk to your teenagers about staying focused on their schoolwork, homework without distraction. So a parent asked me this question earlier on in the week, and I have answered it today. And I thought, you know what, let me share the answer on video as well. So I've given a few tips on how to actually approach and talk about this topic. It's a great topic because it is very relevant now with many schools having gone back, many students having gone back to school. So this is a very, very vital topic to share. So how do you talk to your teenagers about staying focused on their schoolwork, homework without their distractions? And the question really brought out the dilemma that many parents go through, because a lot of times when they talk about this topic, there's a lot of resistance to this topic, and I'll tell you why. And one of the reasons why there's so much resistance to this topic, to our teenagers hearing it, is because all they can hear is what you want to do with the distractions. In the whole sentence, in the whole communication, all they're hearing is what is going to happen to that distraction, what's going to happen to that phone, what's going to happen to that phone. So they're already very, very defensive. So I'm going to try to share what I shared on the post. I'll just share the picture that I shared with parents today. I just want you to have a look at it. Okay, no, we'll come back to that one. We will come back to that. Just bear with me a second while I get used to to all the sharing and stuff that we do on this platform. So it should be okay. So that's bear with me a second. Okay. All right. I'll leave that for now. We can just talk through it. So how to talk to your teenagers about that. And one of the biggest tips that I share with parents in this kind of dilemma is avoid dismissing the distractions. So avoid focusing so negatively on the distractions. Avoid making the distraction look like the enemy. Even though we do know it's an enemy, but when you're talking to teenagers about it, you've got to watch how you're wording these distractions to get them to listen and to focus on you. So avoid the dismissals, avoid the put down or the distractions. And here's a tip. Here's a dialogue that you can use. You can say, "Wow, guys, hey guys, why don't let's come together. Let's talk about how we can best manage focusing on our schoolwork, homework and the distractions. So you're focusing more on how can we manage all of them together." Do you see what I mean? Because you don't want to focus on your work, no distractions anywhere, no distractions. It sometimes sounds quite foreign to teenagers, especially when you're talking about no phones. It's like, what? No phones? What? No phones? Because their phones become kind of almost like their companions, part of them. But what you want to do is include the phones into the management. How are we going to manage our schoolwork, our homework, and the distractions? Include that in, so that in that inclusion, you're not dismissing the distractions, but you're attracting ways that we can manage all of them together. Because when our teenagers finish up their work and they've done everything, then the phones, they're not called distractions at that point. They're okay to use. But when they have their work, then it's not okay to use the phone. So what we just need to kind of get them to start doing and practicing is managing all the three of them together. So when it's time for schoolwork and homework, we know the phone is away, we focus on that. When it's time for, when you've done with all that and you want to relax, chill out, your phone can come back into the picture, or a game or a movie that you want to watch. Any of those kind of distractions are okay as long as you've done your work. So it's about teaching them how to manage it all. Because our teenagers are going to grow into young adults. They're going to become adults. And this skill of managing both the work, and the distractions is a skill that they need for life. It's not even just about now that they're teenagers. They need this skill for life. So it's important that we start to teach them these skills now, and so that they grow with it, because you and I know There are many adults today who don't even have a clue on how to manage these, or manage all these, their work, their their workload, distractions. Many adults today don't know how to manage it. So it's important that we start showing our teenagers how to manage it without dismissing those distractions, because they, as I said, they're going to have those distractions for a long time. So it's about them learning how to manage it. Also, did you see how I asked that question and said, how are we going to manage it? So I've included myself in that conversation. I've included myself in that pursuit to manage these things, because what I don't want to do, I don't want to talk to them and like, okay, you left to learn how to manage your distractions. I'm okay. I'm the adult. No, being an adult doesn't exclude me from managing the things. It doesn't exclude me from managing the distractions and the work. So if I include myself in it, then teenagers see it as more of a teamwork. That, oh, okay, we're all doing this together. They've got companions, they've got partners that they're working with to manage those work and distraction. And they actually get along with that more. They're less defensive. Those are likely results. They're less defensive of you having a chat with them. They're more likely to get on board with it and actually even come and brag to you about how they focused on their work and left their phone somewhere else. Do you know what I mean? And also, what I've also told parents to do is, what you need to do as well in this whole situation is let them tell you their plans. What are their plans with how they're going to manage their work? Get teenagers to talk to you about their plans rather than you telling them what to do. We want to grow. We want to help our teenagers learn how to think for themselves, learn how to think about solutions, think about things, how they can manage their time. We want that to come from our teenagers. And then we can be there to give them suggestions if they require the suggestions. But I think it's on us to allow them to make those decisions. Ask them about it. What are your plans? Or if they haven't made any plans, please, do you guys mind going to make some plans? And then let's chat tomorrow, or let's chat tonight over dinner. Let's chat and let's know what your plans are all about. But it's nice to have it as make it very inclusive. I think that really does work. So that's what I wanted to share with us today in talking to our teenagers without the distraction. And so in summary, please don't dismiss the distractions. Don't, what's the word to use now? Don't demonize, or the distractions are not their enemy in a way, you know what I mean? But it's about learning, helping them learn to actually manage those distractions. Because I think the management of the distractions is the greater win. I tell you, it is. It's the greater win. The management of those distractions actually is the greater win. It's a win-win. Okay, so I will talk to you again very soon. You take care, and I'll come on to you again next time. Take care.